Alright, welcome back guys. Today I'm going to be doing an expansion for these tires. I'm going to go a size wider. I'm going to install these since I had a little issue last time. I put my snow chain on it. I didn't realize that I put the knobs the opposite way, so it ate the rim. I will show you guys in a minute what it looks like. And I couldn't find the rims anywhere else. Toro has them for almost $500 for the pair, and I thought it was too expensive, so I ended up getting one size bigger. I'm going to put all the measurements over here so you guys can see that I'm only going from 7.5 to 8.5, but I do need that 1 inch for the rims to be able to go on. If not, they're too big and won't fit, so we'll be changing those and putting new ones on. I'm going to show you guys now what it looks like at the moment. This is what we have here. I'll show you guys. I'm not sure if you guys can see pretty good, but in the corners here, everywhere, the holes are bigger than what they're supposed to be. So it's staying, but I don't want that and create more problems. And I have to cut everything off from the old ones. I install new ones. I put these wheels on so I can move the mower for the moment, but now we'll be having these put on. I'm gonna put this to the side now. I'm gonna open this up right here at the moment so you guys can see the new ones up. Sorry guys, a little hard to do it with one hand. So now we have these much bigger than what I had on. I don't know if you guys can tell what a difference that makes. Alright, so what you guys are gonna be needing is a 21mm or 13/16. This will be able to get your tires off. You need an impact drill, a jack, and a breaker bar. The only things you should be using for this. Nothing else is really needed. Start jacking it up. And if you have an impact drill to make your life easier, you put the attachment. It's a long one. Hopefully you guys can get a good angle out of this. And make sure your battery's charged, alright? So in case it doesn't break with it, use your breaker bar. I'll show you guys in a minute what I mean with the holes, how much they have expanded. So every time you do something, don't do what I do. Make sure you double check when you put everything back. Because I didn't put them in like this. I put them in backwards flat. So the rim was actually on the bolt, and the bolt was actually eating it up as it moved. I didn't notice till it was too late, where there was way too much play. And I started realizing that since there was up and down movement, my deck was cut uneven. That's when I realized that I needed to make a change, try to fix it and turn them around, but it was too late. The bolts were destroyed, so I have to put new ones in. Hopefully you guys can see how bad these holes are. They were expanded so much. Alright guys, so I found some of the bolts that I threw out. So you guys can see this was the bolt, the knot, which I ended up cutting into multiple pieces. And you guys can see where I cut the bolts and everything. And this is how much it grinded in there on all the bolts. I'm not sure if you guys can see them good, but that's what I had to do. When they came out, I wish I would have coated it, but I did not. So I'm just gonna show you guys the installation for it. So pretty much very simple. Just put that on, and then put these old ones, make sure they go in the right way, side, flat side out, the rounded side inside. And so you guys know, I am not an expert. This is my first time doing this. I saw somebody do it on YouTube. Since I couldn't find the right side tires, I had to improvise, and this was, like I said, if you're gonna do this, do it on your own risk. I am not an expert. You guys can see I'm just doing what I have to do for myself. Now that that's tight enough, because the impact drill is not going to go much farther. But you want to make sure this is tight properly. And now you can see, make sure you put it in right. Found a good spot. And I am downhill in my driveway, so forgive me guys. As I keep saying, I am not an expert at this. I just know I need to get it done. I'm going to show you guys why I'm tying it up so much, and you guys will think I'm being crazy. I'm going to show you guys right now. So you guys can see in the back. So I'm sure you guys can see the bolts. They have been a little loose.
so I have to hammer them in, but I didn't want to hit so hard. There you go. So I didn't want to hit these so hard to create damage. So I figured that once I tighten them up, I can get them as close as possible to where they're supposed to be. So you guys can see they're nice and flush. I'm going to continue to put on the wheel now. We're going to take all these out. And I believe, oh, they already have air. Look how nice. And it's 4 bolts. This is very simple, nothing complicated. Not only that, now I'm upgrading my tires. It should give me a better grip from what the guys say on the channel. I can't remember right now, but I will put a link. I'm gonna put a link for these parts as well from Amazon, which the total cost 15 bucks for the spacer with the knot and the new tires. 2 separate orders. Tires were 135, I believe, 140, and then 60 bucks. Not much. So I'm upgrading, not just because of the damage, but grip as well, especially when you're uphill and stuff like that. The guys say this works really well. Now that that's done, I'm going to tighten them up a little more with this one. And as I keep telling you guys, I am not a pro at this. Do this on your own risk. I am not a technician for this. Just giving you guys a solution that you guys can test out on your own. Alright, there goes one. Now let's go to the next side. Alright, so hopefully you guys can get a better view. I'm gonna start taking these out. Oh, and the bolts, the new ones that I got, I actually got those from AutoZone. So I was able to improvise with these. Now you guys will see this one is not as bad as the other one was. These holes are actually a lot smaller. There were getting there, some of them on the top, as you guys can see where I cut some of the rim. They're still usable, the tires, but I'd rather put new ones in. So now again, I'm going to do this. And as I keep telling you guys, this is for illustration purposes only. Alright, that's a good angle. Alright, so once again, the round side goes in, and always start your bolts, your knots by hand. Make sure you're not stripping. Sorry guys, I'm putting the wrong ones in. I want the old ones inside, since they're the same company. I don't want the thread to have an issue. Gotta make sure we're doing it properly. Because as you guys can see, these are a little bit different. They're much bigger as well. See, I was already putting it backwards. You guys can always start everything by hand and go as far as you can go. I know not everybody's gonna be able to have an impact drill, so I want to show you guys that you can easily do it by hand as well. But since I have mine, and there's that. Now we're gonna tighten them up. And the one that I really have to tie really good is this one. The rest seem to be okay, but I'm still gonna hit them all. Honestly, this will take you probably less than 15-20 minutes. Since I am talking, it's taking me a bit longer. If you're doing this by yourself quickly and you follow the steps correctly, it shouldn't take that long. Now the tire. I know a lot of people are going to criticize me for using the impact drill so much, but honestly, if you're careful with it and you know what you're doing, you shouldn't have a problem. And then as soon as I'm done with this, I'll give you guys a preview on one of the hills that's already cut, because I already cut it today. But you guys will see how much better it works. Not only that, it does look a lot better as well. I like the wider, bigger tires. There you guys have it. I want to show you guys the differences between the tire size. You guys can see it's quite a bit of difference. So now I'm going to show you guys a little preview on what they look like while running. Hopefully you guys can tell how steep this is. This is on the side of my house next to the driveway, which is a hill going down and down that way. So hopefully you guys can get the idea of what it looks like and how the mower is moving on a hill like this. As you guys can see, works beautiful. So with all that said, you know, if you guys like this, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, and share with people who is looking to upgrade their tires. Under $200 Amazon, and about $40 of nuts and bolts from AutoZone. I will put the number parts for the bolts, the tires, and the spacers. That's from Amazon. So Amazon and AutoZone, I will leave you guys the part numbers. Well, once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one.